5, 7, 9. We'll sing in the sunshine. We'll laugh every day. Boy, is the orange man taking a beating or what? They are tearing into old boy like something else. See that light that's right there? There never used to be that light, but we've got these people who just moved in and they put that bright light up and it just messes it up. That should be a sodium vapor light. It should not be a LED light because it's nasty. It just messes everything up out here. So you got other people out there, so it is what it is. Isn't everybody getting tired of hearing that it is what it is already? Okay, I just wanted to go live again with you tonight. I just found this song by an artist. Her name is Fiona Apple. And I never realized she was so much younger than me, right? When I was getting down, listening to Fiona Apple, I remember where I was when I was listening to that song. Um, when it touched your chords, right? But let me turn on a little bit more light so that you can see me a little bit more better. Can you see me? We got a little bit of light coming in there. If I had the other phone recording, you'd be able to see me. But yeah, the sun's going down, and you know, in Muslim religion, this is the time that you're supposed to pray. They pray at sundown. They pray in the middle of the afternoon, and they pray in the morning. Actually, they pray more than that. 3 times, that's a lot. But yeah, I always remember that because I've studied all different kinds of religions. I studied that. They pray right now when the sun's going down. But anywho, let me close these curtains. Let me close these curtains right here. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and tell you something, what's going on. But yeah, I checked this song out, and I was going to post it up to my Facebook, right? Because I was going to post it up to my Facebook because when these songs came out, this girl actually, who sung this song, Fiona Apple, she's 48 years old now. So I remember I was 48. In 1 decade, it's not going to be the same world no more for that age. Say goodbye to that life. But anywho, you know, I know that, you know, you're as young as you think you are. You're as young as you that holds merit. That's true, I guess. Who knows? But you know, a lot of people have said it before. But the Rolling Stones said it. What a drag it is getting old. I was saying that when I was 35, right? Um, but anywho, so this girl, I'm going to be talking about something that's very, very important. But I want to first talk about the song. She came out with the song and it's called ShadowBoxer Baby. And she's singing about something that's very, very evil, and that is betrayal. Okay? I don't know if you can feel it, the evilness of it. I don't know why I smell perfume. I don't know why the hell I smell freaking perfume. What the hell did I touch? Something. I was messing around with my what do you call that? I'm getting my duffel bag ready for tomorrow. I got some important stuff going on tomorrow morning, right? And let me check my signal so that I'm not talking for nothing. Oh, and I got my main phone down here. It's probably not even working worth the crap. Is it working worth the crap? Put a 1 if it's perfectly fine, and if it's not, that's okay. I'll check it right here. So I put my main phone right up there. I'm like, it's coming in the satellite right here or something. Let me just check my signal real quick, and I'll get back on with the discussion. Like I said, it is something really, really, really important. And before, you wouldn't even talk about it, but now you can talk about it. So I'm gonna share something with you. Okay, let me check my signal real quick here. And there's Fiona. She's knockout. That was like 20 years ago. 25, 30. That was like 25 or 30 years ago. Let me go back here. Let me show you her. So anywho, let me check my signal here. Then I'll just share this with you. Because I was just thinking right now, somebody who's, 9 people. Thank you for leaving. Sunnyvale. Well, that's not Sunnyvale. It's pretty close to Sunnyvale. Miller. Valerie. I used to know a Valerie. Um, but so it looks like it's pretty good. I don't know, except it looks all dark. I don't know what the hell's going on. What's going on there? I got the. Looks like it's pretty good. I don't know, except why is it damn dark? Oh, dude. Hold on, let me turn this. All that time people been in here and it's been backwards? That's craziness. Okay. So this girl, is it on Zoom or what? So this girl, Fiona Apple, okay? That's Fiona. She came out with the song. She was born in 1977, by the way. September 13, 1977. So I don't know what that. I'll have to look up and see what that makes her in Chinese zodiac. But I don't want to do it right now because I got you on the line. So when this, I guess you'd call her a lady, when this lady made this song, we'll have to go back and find out what year it was. When she made the song, something happened. Okay? And if I told you really, you'd think I had delusions of grandeur. Okay? But knowing the stuff I know, knowing that it's a big, small world, knowing the stuff that was going on with the cellular telephones and them bugging the phones, I have my suspicions. But anyway, when this lady made this song, it's like a whole shitload of them just hit the ground running. So, if you believe in zodiac and astrology, I'll tell you what, I read that numerology book, and that shit, man, is crazy accurate. So if you believe that, then I believe all these spirits came down to earth in that era, because there was a whole shitload of these girls just freaking knocking them out, knocking out all kinds of songs. Go check it for yourself. There's Michelle Branch, Natalie Merchant, Natalie Furtado, Macy Gray, Fiona Apple, and a whole bunch of other ones. They all just freaking come out with songs at that time. All kinds of good songs by girl singers, girl artists. So I just wanted to share that with you. But the song, she's singing about, betrayal. Like, some people say love ain't funny. She's singing about betrayal. And it's really strange because that's coming from the point of view of a female. So if she was so deep into this, and you can tell she was, because so many people are so fake and phony and lip syncing when they do their videos, and hers is authentic. You can tell by the video she made. Usually 90% of the times, if I post a video of music, it will be no video, right? No lip syncing, Hollywood bullcrap, okay? But on this particular video, it's safe to go ahead and post it because you can tell it's authentic. At least the more authentic than anything else out there. Sure, it's probably, done this and take 5 and take 5 cut and all this stuff, multiple sessions, but you can still see it that it's coming from her heart. And you be the judge. Is it evil to you? What does it do to you? To me, it's freaking evil. And so it's interesting to see this from a female's perspective, right? Because usually you think it's the other way around. So it's interesting. So let's go in and see what Fiona Apple is up to now. She's 48 years old. Okay, now on to the subject. Okay, so I was making a video today. And by the way, I have a busy day tomorrow, so I'll probably do a live stream on tomorrow. It's going to be wild. But so I want to share something with you, and then I'll bid you good night. And somebody wrote me a comment, and I don't know how the hell they wrote me the comment. It's not on any video, right? And so go figure. Nonetheless, I responded to the comment, and they're talking about, for you people who don't care about technology, you can leave now. I'm talking about technology, okay? Guy stuff. And so they wrote me a comment commenting on the Royal Rife machine. Okay? And the Royal Rife machine was made by this dude. He was a genius. A real genius. Not a fake bullcrap dude who people say is a genius, who's not. This dude was a real genius. He made his money just like Nikola Tesla by people sponsoring him, these multi-billionaire corporations. They sponsor him because the dude is so smart. He can build all kinds of stuff, right? Nikola Tesla built so much stuff it'll make your head spin. Just do research. Go to the library and do research on Nikola Tesla. And so this guy's name was Royal Raymond Rife. And he was with us all the way up to like the 70s. And I think he was originally from London or something. I don't know. But he was in Arkansas. I believe he was in Little Rock, Arkansas. And um, so he was doing all his experimenting over there, and he was working. This one company was sponsoring him because he was smart. And the company that sponsored him was um, basically the railroad industry. It's the people who made the wheels for the railroad cars. This company was called Timken Roller Bearing. And back in those days, they would make, the roller bearings, and some of them would be defective or something like that. They wouldn't find out till, I don't know, it was too late or something. So Royal Rife made a microscope so that they could see, minute imperfections before it went to market. So they would be able to pull them and melt them down and remanufacture them so that they were perfect, so they didn't have failures on the railroad. And so Timken Roller Bearing is the one who sponsored him, and they bought him a laboratory in California, La Jolla, California. And so in his laboratory in San Diego, basically La Jolla, San Diego, same thing, he made a microscope, and it was an optical microscope, which is different than a what's our microscopes called now these days? I'm not talking about magnetic stuff. I don't know. I haven't kept up with it. I don't know what's going on with that. Or sonic, all these other things. What kind of microscope is that has a million power? It's a electron. I think it's called the electron microscope. How many people do you know that have an electron microscope? Why do you think people don't have electron microscopes? Because they don't want you to have electron microscope. They want you to keep your nose out of there. Okay? And so an electron microscope has a magnification power of 1 million, but the specimen is not alive. Okay? Because you have to put some type of metal on it. It's not alive. The electron microscope does not see things that are alive. You have to have an optical microscope to see things that are alive. And back then, I don't know, in 1940s and 50s, I don't know what the magnification power was on optical microscopes, but now I can tell you, the famous microscope makers are Zeiss and Kohler, I think, or Kohler is the name of the light or something. I don't know, but they're German. Zeiss microscopes. If you do research on microscopes, Zeiss is number one, right, out of Germany. And so I had a microscope because I was really getting into this stuff. And I actually spent, back 15, 20 years ago, I spent $450 on a microscope. And it was impressive. But then later on, I was like, man, that's too much money to be spending for a microscope. So I sold it. Sold it back on eBay. And so then I took microbiome, and it was 2200 magnification power. 2200. Okay, 2200. And you couldn't go any higher than that. And I think the highest they have to this day is 3200 magnification. Okay, I'll go in and check it out later. So I took microbiology in college, and we used microscopes, and they showed me how to use it. I didn't know how to use a microscope correctly. So at least you got to give them that. They showed you how to use the microscope. But the magnet, they guarded it like a freaking, okay, put the microscopes away, right? Okay, put your microscopes away. Okay, put them away. Then if you tried making any discoveries, they take the results. So you can't do any experiments and see firsthand any results. They're being tampered with. And so, it's like, oh, I'll take them. And he goes in the back room. Oh, here's the results. It's a scam. If you don't believe it's a scam, read Barry Lynes. Barry Lynes. BarryLynes. Read his books, and he will tell you. This is where I learned it from. When I went to college, I found out it's absolutely true. The chancellors, the deans, they're like this with this industry. They're the presidents. And it's that way across the whole country. And people still haven't caught on. And read Barry Lynes' books and you'll find out. One of his best books has been taken off the market, but there's still a couple of them out there on Amazon. And hopefully the people will start putting some of those older used books back up there so other people can read them. Okay? So if you have a Barry Lynes book around that you're not reading, put it back up for sale on Amazon so the word will get out there. A lot of the times they're at the thrift stores. And so in my microbiology class, the microscope was only 2200 magnification. I doubt if it was 32. Okay, I'm pretty damn sure it was 2200 magnification. And so this is an optical microscope. This is technology that's 200 years old. It's never advanced because they don't want it to advance. They don't want you to see this stuff. Okay? Royal Raymond Rife invented a microscope that was 60,000 magnification power. 60,000 magnification power. When you get up to 60,000 magnification, you can see all them freaking critters that they are making buku bucks, trillions of dollars given to them from the government. And they're acting like they're actually trying to solve a problem when they're hiding the solution to the problem because there's too much money into it. Trillions of dollars since the 70s. And so with this microscope, 60,000 power magnification, you could see something. It was called the, he named it, Royal Raymond Rife named it the BM virus, or the BX virus. So this is the secret virus that people don't know what size it is, or do they? And if you know the size of this rascal, with a simple calculator, you can figure out the MOR, Royal Raymond Rife, which is mortal oscillatory rate. And So this microscope, what he did was he used light to resonate with the object. You can go in and listen to it yourself. There's DVDs about this, and he'll explain it to you. He'll explain how the microscope worked. He made about 3 of them, and the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, went over to his laboratory down here in La Jolla, California, with axes, walked in there without a search warrant, and smashed those mofos into oblivion, because they know that any freaking radio technician can figure out how to blast this little mofo, this little rascal, into freaking smithereens with an amplifier, an audio amplifier, okay, and a speaker, okay, and a signal generator. Any radio technician could do it. When that information gets out, look out. Actually, it's not an audio amplifier. It goes a little bit higher in range. Our human hearing goes up to like 20,000 cycles per second. So you have to use a sonic, basically a speaker, but it's sonic, so you can't hear it. The frequency is too high, but it blasts these mofos into smithereens. If you use an audio amplifier with the speaker, you can shatter other things that are larger, like a crystal glass. You can shatter it, okay, by hitting its mortal oscillatory rate. It's very simple. You ding the glass, you ding it, have a microphone, and you can read the frequency. You can even see the frequency on an oscilloscope, or you can read the frequency on a frequency counter. That's its resonant frequency. You take that frequency and you play it back through an audio amplifier, through a speaker. You hold the glass up to the speaker and you crank that sucker, and it'll shatter the glass. Okay? That's why on Memorex they used to have that lady singing, "Ooh," it shatters the glass. Okay, this is what he was using. So they have all these different machines, which are illegal to sell in the United States. And there was a person making them, and people were buying them like hotcakes. People loved them. And they put them in prison. They put them in prison in Atwater, California. I think his name was Folsom, something like that. And guess who else wrote about Royal Raymond Rife? Barry Lyons. He also wrote about him too. Okay? It isn't my favorite book, but the other books, like the pink book or the green book, excellent. It starts by talking about James Watson, the guy who helped discover the DNA spiral or whatever it's called. And he comes out and he says that whole freaking industry is full of shit. That's what James Watson says. It's in his book. You can read it. Read it in Barry Lyons. That's the whole book is like that. It's not sugar-coated. It's interesting. It's a page turner, right? And this guy put his self out there on the line. Nobody would reveal this information. Okay? Barry Lyons did. And so that's why they smashed the microscopes. Because if you get an optical microscope that has 60,000 times magnification, you can see those little freaking critters. You can put them down there and look at them and turn your freaking generator on and freaking blast them into smithereens. The problem is the frequency has been lost. Not really lost, but they mixed everything up. They had everything categorized. He had all the frequencies for everything. And I think somebody went in there and they mixed up all the different frequencies. So you have to check for yourself. So you need an optical microscope. So if the Chinese get into this, the same thing's going on over there too, right? Just not as bad. You got reptilian shapeshifters everywhere. Just like you got Judases everywhere. Every race has their Judases, right? But you don't think the Chinese can make one of these? As soon as these younger generation starts fooling around with this crap, you know how they are. And they start building these things. They're gonna find out how to build a 60,000 power magnification microscope, because you know it can be done, because Royal Raymond Rife already made it, and it was 60,000 power magnification, and they went in. It's absolutely documented fact. You can read it in the books. You can read it in Barry Lyons' books. They went over there, the FDA, and they smashed them. And basically drove him crazy. He ended up going to Mexico and became an alcoholic. Okay? And so I just wanted to share that information with you. The dude's name is Royal Rife. Okay? He made these devices. Well, everybody's making these devices now, but I don't know. You know, some people are making them with pipes. The original one used light. Okay, I forget what kind of gas it used. I think it was argon gas, and it uses a light, and basically it uses a CB radio. That's how you get the light. You use a CB radio to do it. Search around on the YouTube and stuff. I'm sure it's out there. But when these younger people find out about this, that our microscopes, our optical microscopes are freaking, the technology is 200 years old. It only goes up to 3,000 magnification. Okay? When it should be going up to 60,000. Okay, so I just want to put that information out there for that person who commented today about the Royal Rife machine. Thanks for leaving comments, everybody. Thanks for saying hi. Hello, Valerie. Brown. Good to see you in there. We'll talk to you all later. Good night. Be sure to check me out tomorrow. I got something going on. Okay?